You know what? I'll sing you a song because it's Gimel Tammuz and a song the Rebbe loved. It's a song also connected. Another thing of this month of Tammuz on the Chabad calendar is that in addition to the third day of Tammuz being the Yartzeit of Lubavitcher Rebbe, there was the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe he was arrested in full moon of Sivan, and he was held incarcerated, and they were going to execute him at some point, but they saved his life, and he was sent from prison to exile in like a town in Siberia. So he was like semi out of danger, he wasn't behind bars anymore. So that was on the 3rd of Tammuz, and then on the 12th of Tammuz and the 13th, that is when he was actually totally commuted from his sentence, and he was able to leave that town, exile town. And incidentally, the 12th of Tammuz was also his birthday, the Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak, the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe. So when he was finally liberated from the Kostroma, this town out in deep in Russia, on Yud Beis Tammuz, and there was a chassid. His name was Michal Dvarkin, and he was one of the few chassidim there in this town, the previous Rebbe. And when they heard that the Rebbe is free, he jumped on the fence and he started singing the following song, which is in Russian. It says, "There's nothing but God," and I think it was a song, a tune certainly, and even the words I think was heard from the local peasants. And the Rebbe would love singing it especially at the end of Fabrengens. So we'll sing it now to ironically begin. If you know,
Nyet.
Yeah, exactly. Nyet, nyet, nikava, krami vaga adnava, ay, 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 ay. Nyet, nyet, nikava, krami vaga adnava, ay, 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 let it out, let it out, let it out, let it out. Ay, 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 let it out, let it out. And some people sing it with Hebrew. Hashem Mechadush Meyachad, Hashem Mechadush Meyachad, Einei Nai Milvadai, Hashem Mechadush Meyachad, Hashem Mechadush Meyachad, Einei Milvadai, Hashem Mechadush Meyachad, Hashem Mechadush Meyachad. Einei nai bilvadai, Hashem Mechadush Meyachad, Hashem Mechadush Meyachad, Einei nai bilvadai. Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure you've seen like at a Fabrengen of the Rebbe ever. Did you? It's his yard site, Shabbos. Let's play if we find it quickly. I'll just Nikavo, because this was also, this was one of the songs he grew up with. Now it's got here. I have to explain to you what just happened. Did you see right there, here? Okay, now if you see on the screen, this fellow here, this lanky, tall fellow with a white scarf. His name is Meir Abisera. I actually grew up with him. He ran a macrobiotic. He was one of the leaders of macrobiotics, especially in America. He even ran a community, a commune in upstate New York. And I know him very well. I grew up with him from childhood. So what happened when he came to Lubavitch at some point in the early 70s? At some times, the Rebbe also began around that time to do once in a while whistling while singing a song. Saying similar, it's also like adapting something from the non-Jewish culture. He didn't say it was adapting from non-Jewish culture. He brought from Navi proofs that there's something about that the whistling of the times when the Mashiach comes, that it's a signal of Mashiach's, imminence, is to whistle. So there were times that the Rebbe would turn, especially when Meir was there at the Farbrengen, the Rebbe would turn to him, make with his fingers, make a signal to him to whistle, and Meir would just whistle away, and that's what's happening. And it was this song, Nyet, Nyet, I think was the one that was the most whistling too. These were the... Okay, there you are. I just thought to give a little flavor, just in honor of the Rebbe and the yard site.